YAJ.
Oh, where is... There you are.
Two eyes.
Welcome to YAJ.
Is YouTube Saturday. Thank goodness. But I was ready for the weekend. All right. Two questions. It's called What If? Because I like both of them, so I figured I'd tell you both. All right. First one is, what if you could cure one disease, what would you cure? And then the second one, if you made movies for a living, what would your first movie be called and who would be in it? I'm not asking you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not asking you that question.
First, I like to say, what's up, spiritual brothers and sisters? It's me, Veronica Rose Bradley, Will Smith, the Lightyear brothers. Antonio is off this evening. He's doing his thing. He'll be back next Wednesday.
Happy birthday.
She'll be 48. She'll be 48.
Ooh, she's younger than you.
Yeah. My mother, her
Daniel gives you a big thumbs up.
Cool. My mother's birthday is on the 27th, so happy birthday, Ma.
Yeah, happy birthday.
And don't forget, November 7th is the election day.
No, second.
Second, sorry.
No, third. It's third.
Third. Sorry. So I voted. So, good luck to whoever the incumbents are.
That's why he's not there.
And Veronica Rose's, her birthday is on the 7th.
No.
8th.
Yes.
8th.
That's why you got 7 on your mind. I don't know where 7's coming from, but I'm on the 8th.
7 crack pipes. All blazing.
8 pipers piping.
I love my family. I love you, grandbabies. I'm going to watch zombie movies on 35-3.
Well, then that goes to show that you should be prepared for that before Halloween, because you never know what might be coming out.
Go
Halloween.
smack a crack pipe.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
Okay. Here is what would you enter. Now.
What would you enter, or would you enter?
Would you enter? The reason why I chose this topic tonight, I'm not a pastor. I'm just an everyday Joe Schmo like everybody else. But I feel I'm about to go on another journey. I told someone years ago I was about to go on a journey, and she told me nonsense. And I did. I went on a hell of a journey. And this is why I'm here before you today.
No, it wasn't me telling nonsense.
I just want to point out some great things. One, God guides you. He leads you. He helps you. He takes care of you. All paths, everybody's path is different. Some are more horrible than others. But just remember.
But it makes you have strength, though.
Really?
I'm just put some words out there.
I got that. But what I'm trying to say is, before she says, because we all tend to think the minute the horrible stuff happens that God has abandoned us. And he doesn't abandon you. What he does is basically open your eyes to what is the world and what you need to believe in. Because regardless of what we think and how we act and what we do, God is always paying attention. See, when Veronica Rose, me and Antonio have discussion, she does what she does with God. I do what I do. He does what he does. I always have my moments with God. I talk to him every day.
I have my moments.
We all have our moments. But the reasons I'm getting with the story is this. Because if you don't pay attention, he already opens the door for you, your door. If you don't pay attention, if you are in a blissful marriage with your partner, he opens the doors for them. You get it? Them. You, them. That's why when your marriage falls apart, it becomes you. When you have a successful marriage, it becomes y'all. One. That's why a lot of people who have a great marriage, they lose track of time, and then when their partner is gone, that's why they hurt so much.
Because that was their soulmate. That was someone they bonded with, and some people have it.
Yeah.
And some people jump into marriage quickly.
Yeah. Very quickly.
Yes. Some jump in to get into something else, and you have to learn that that's not always the right thing to do, because sometimes the next one might be worse.
Mm-hmm.
The next one won't be as good.
Right.
Or it's okay, but you're just not happy.
Right. Don't forget, also, we always forget about the people who are in a great marriage and a tragedy happens. Not death, but one partner might they get in an accident, quadriplegic. And either partner still might love the other one no matter what happens, till death do you part.
Right, yeah. Now that was my grandparents.
Right.
My grandfather had a stroke, paralyzed, had amputation, that my grandmother took care of him until the day he died.
Right.
Bathed him, did everything for him and that. And I was so drawn to that, my grandmother. I mean, it was just the strength that she had. And it wasn't just her husband. It wasn't my grandfather. She took care of mother all in the same house. So, I mean, to see her do that and the strength that she had, you just know that that's a great bond.
Right.
And have a big newspaper article on her too.
Right.
But anyway, go ahead.
We're just saying. And he shows you the truth. He's always showed us the truth. But do we listen? I walked out this morning and I happened just to look up at the sky. I saw the Little Dipper, the Big Dipper. I saw all the signs and wonders that God's been telling us all along. Look up in the sky. I didn't make you to look down at the ground. I made you to look up at the sky where I can talk to you. That's where I am. Do you realize your greatest prayer is at the new moon every year? Every time the new moon happens, your prayer is magnified.
Well, it's a new moon every month.
Every month. But when the new moon, even Jesus says in the Bible, the new moon, that is, I don't really know the interpretation, but I did know at one time, but when the interpretation of the new moon means that every time you talk to God, it is magnified through the heavens.
So you can hear it better through the new moon because it's wide open.
Right.
Kind of like when you go to the beach. Well, for me, I don't know everybody because not everybody likes the beach. But for me, when I go to the beach, you know how you talk to God and all this and that and the other. Well, to me, when you go to the beach, you get out there and the waves, they're coming in and you say what you got to say. And it's like the water just takes it on out. And it's like all the stuff on you is just all getting out of you and going out to the ocean and all the new waves coming in to bring all the new stuff in.
Mm-hmm. I always feel that he's greater in the mountains. Something about the mountains.
Because you're higher up.
Yeah. God is always up high. I always feel there's something up there.
I mean, I like the mountains. I just haven't been there in a long time.
Well, you know,
But I'm going to tell you, every morning, I'm up at 7. Well, I'm up earlier than 7 o'clock. But I'm on the road at 7 o'clock. And when I get up to the very top of my road, there's a big open field and these trees. And I'm going to tell you what, every morning, that sky is different. And when the sun's beaming right onto the clouds and it looks like cotton candy because they're pink and purple,
mm-hmm.
or the way the clouds are, the trees, and the fog. The other morning, it was like the fog was halfway up. The sky was up here. It kind of looked gray, but it looked clear up top, and it looked like cotton candy. I'm telling you, and people in our neighborhood and around do come to the top to that field and take pictures because it's gorgeous every morning.
Again,
Not that
Jesus
you want
always-
to get up every morning to be
Right.
there, but
like I said, Jesus always talked about the sunset and the sunrise. He always emphasized the sunset and the sunrise. The reason why I'm getting to this is because it's becoming election time. All the stuff that's going on right now, it's not the end of days. Stop saying that crap. It's not the end of days. This is what I'm trying to tell you. And you need to get it through your thick head. Is the devil wreaking havoc, or maybe the devil is right about God's creation? When do you spend time with God? When do you call God? When do you believe in God? When do you talk to God? Reason why I'm saying that, because the devil didn't want to bow down to the creation God when he made us in his image. Look what we're doing. Look exactly what we're full of destruction. We're no better than the damn devil. We are so destructive. But yet, all we gotta do is repent. But yet, all we gotta do is say, "Oh Lord, I didn't mean to do that." You just finished killing your mama and daddy for inheritance, and you're going, "Oh God, I didn't mean to do that." You know, God gives us everything, and we give him so little. At least I admit I'm a sinner. I'm nothing but a sinner. I fall short of the glory of God. And I'm happy to say that, because at least I'm not lying about it. At least I know I can admit to God and say, "Hey, God, I am dirty. I do not deserve to be in heaven. One bit. Whatever's in my past, whatever I don't remember, I don't deserve to be in your glorious presence." At least I can admit that. Can you? Of course y'all can. Because you are man. You are part of that creation that refuses to bow down to what it is. You are supposed to be submissive. All of you, male and female. But you're submissive to all the things that you want. You're submissive to a job. You're submissive when it comes to sex. You're submissive when you want to bully somebody. You're submissive to that. No. What I'm trying to tell you is, how much longer before it becomes 2021 are you going to keep doing the things that you're doing and keep thinking that God don't see you? No, Lisa,
God sees you all the time. It don't matter
Exactly.
what you do, whether you did wrong or right. And you know, if you do wrong, you try to, ask for forgiveness. Sue says, "I pray it's a new beginning." Yes.
Yeah. I mean, what did I just say last week? What did I just say? I said last week, how's it that God is willing to, it ain't charging you rent to live in his glorious world, but man does? And if you don't pay, he kicks you out. And if you don't have a job, he don't want nothing to do with you. But God don't say that to you.
My theory is, okay, you're doing this to these people. What's going to happen if it happens to you?
Yeah.
How are you going to feel about it?
What, you going to use them tired ass words you always use? Oh, I'm just doing my job. Well, how about if God goes, well, let me do my job. And then how about for the rest of your life or eternity, or when I feel like you sit there now? Or how about, I'll just make up the worst thing I can ever do to you because that's my job. I mean, come on. At least I can admit and say, "Hey, God, yeah, so I play with myself. Well, I ain't gonna stop."
You didn't have to bring that up.
I'm just saying.
I know.
Fornication in the Bible too.
That's true, it is, but we don't need to bring
I'm just saying. At least I can admit it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I know.
But at least I can say that everything that God has said in the 10 Commandments is still going on. Everything that went around Mount Sinai is still going on. Old Testament, New Testament. bestiality, all that stuff. All this stuff that y'all, oh my God, oh, we can't do this because we're Christians. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not even, I don't even know why y'all call yourselves Christians. Because you ain't. Because if you were true Christians, you would stop all the violence in the street. If you're true Christians, you would live God's way. You would live by his laws. You would love one another. You would protect one another. You would be your brother's keeper. You would love thy neighbor. So why y'all call yourselves Christians when you don't even do it? Y'all halfway crooks. And look that up if you don't know what that means.
Well, and it's like church, you go to church and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I've been to churches, been to a lot of churches, different churches. And you got your good and you got your bad. But you're always going to have somebody gossiping there about something. You try to follow the right ways to do things and things that you're supposed to do. And sometimes you mess up down the road and you ask God forgiveness because sometimes you do things that you shouldn't be doing. But there's times that you ask God for something. There's times that I've asked God for things and it happened. It showed up and I was very shocked. And there's times that, you ask God something, don't think it's going to come. And then later on down the road, you're like, wait a minute. I think I asked about this a long time ago. But at that time, it was not the time for you to have it. Just like there's a lot of things I've told my kids. Sometimes things happen for a reason, and there's a reason why it happens. Mm-hmm. It's not for you to have it this moment, but you might have it down the road when it's time for your time to have it, mm-hmm. or time for you to do it, or time for you to, meet someone or have a child or have a friend or whatever the case may be, or money come to you to help you out in the situations that you're going through.
Mm-hmm. I'm tired of you people making excuses. I'm tired of people making excuses. You either live through God or you don't. Bottom line. Because I'm tired of you calling Trump a Christian when he's not. He is far from a Christian. Making mistakes. If you're going to live God's way, how do you know Jesus ain't bouncing through people? You don't know that. Or you ever seen a homeless person come up to you and some part of you's like, do you need something? Do you want something? And you help that person. You don't know if that was Jesus or you were being tested. Saving an animal don't get you nowhere. Because here's God's people right here. Keep sticking your penis in a child. I don't know why y'all think that's going to be something that's going to be forgivable. I don't understand that. Raping somebody. Flat out murder. But for some reason, y'all think that y'all could just whip out y'all got the greatest attorney on the planet and that could get you through anything. No. Let me tell you something. I don't need to be a scholar. I don't need to be an apostle. But I can tell you like this. Whoever wrote the Bible to make it look like that you can be forgiven after you molest a child, you flat out murder somebody, and you think that's really what God said? Seriously? Remember, when they worshiped the calf, I could have sworn, didn't God get mad about that? Yes, he did. And he set the Jews back, 800 more years. A calf. What I'm saying is this. You people, because believe me, I don't want to vote Democrat nor Republican, but you people, starting 2021, you either act like Christians or you don't. And I don't even know why you're going to consider yourself a Christian.
Well, I'm just hoping 2021 is going to be a better year because
all
this stuff is going on and the things that have been going on, it's time for a change.
Yep.
And I know I say that all the time, but
I wish God come back and take his damn people. I just wish, because this is just ridiculous. I'm supposed to be praising God, not praising man. Man sucks. I'm sorry to say it. They suck. You suck. You don't look out for nobody but yourself. You're greedy. You're selfish. You're cruel. You're hateful. You put on.
I'll tell you this. You're saying that, but when I was growing up, places that you went to, people, appreciated when you worked. People appreciated who you were.
Mm-hmm.
Your neighbors were kind and courteous to each other. You helped out people. In this day and age, you help somebody and it's a crime.
Yeah.
if it's like, for instance, say your child's out there playing in the street and that, you go get them and bring them back. What you doing with my child? I'm bringing your child back because you weren't paying attention to your child and they got out the street and you want to act like they're the bad person.
Yeah.
And those that sit here and you do something or you try to correct them, knowing that they did wrong, you did wrong, and you're sitting here cussing out somebody.
Mm-hmm. Your child get hit. You look at everybody. Why ain't you save my child? For what? Well, what's the purpose?
That's why people don't want to do anything for anybody anymore because the fact is you're afraid to touch.
Mm-hmm.
You're afraid to help.
Mm-hmm.
You're afraid to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can't spank your kids. Can't do this. Can't do that. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Well, guess what?
That's the key word.
That is why people don't do anything. That's like going to a bar. Okay, you're in a bar, dancing, drinking, having a good time. This, that, and the other. Okay. You got all the girls on this side, you got all the men on the other side. Now, granted, guys usually come up and ask the girl to dance. This day and age, guys don't do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because the fact is rejection,
mm-hmm.
rape,
mm-hmm.
or they're afraid that you might say something. All they're doing is just wanting to dance. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's guys out there that want to take you home and have a good night and all this, that, and the other.
That takes
what woman doesn't want to do the same thing?
Right.
Don't think it's all the men because there's women out there that get drunk, hormones kick, they want to get a man and they want to go and get wild and crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes both ways. But the thing is, it's not like it used to be. And women are like, well, men don't sit here and come up to you and ask you out and this, that, and the other and all this, that. Because the fact is you put them down so much. The fact is because, and I'm not saying you specifically, but there are women out there that do it. And yes, there are men out there that do the wrong things.
And women are up there with them.
Yeah, they're out there too.
But look, we out, people, because I need some cookies.
Oh my gosh.
People, you have a great night. I'm just telling you, I don't foresee the world getting better. I'm not even trying to hope.
No, I hope, but I feel that it's gonna change a little bit.
No, it's not.
To get a little bit better,
No,
maybe
it
get
ain't.
these masks off. Because I'm telling you what, I'm ready to take these masks, get a nice big bonfire, and throw them all in there and say, we're done.
You already did that with your bras.
I want to do the same thing with the mask.
Mm,
And if we got to put bras in there with it, so be it.
yeah.
Just make sure you got a store that's got enough bras to buy some new ones. All right, peace out, everybody. Y'all have a good evening and a good weekend. And Halloween's coming up on next Saturday.
You better talk to God. You better get right with him. I try to tell him. I'm going to explain it to you till the day I die. Till I don't breathe no more. Till the show's over. You better talk to God. You're only going one way. You better pick and choose which way you're going.
You don't pick.
Oh, you can?
Well, you can
better
change ways
talk
to
to
get
God.
together, but
Because God's been talking to you?
when unusual things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace out, people.
Welcome.
Well, peace out. We're not going anywhere because you ain't cutting off. All right, people. Have a good night.